There we go.
Hello, this is Josiah Jones from Visit Clearfield County, acting and serving as a PA Wilds ambassador for the Wilds Are Working series. I am joined here today with Kenn Starr from Starr Hill Winery. Welcome, Kenn.
Thanks. It's always a pleasure talking to you, Josiah, and the Clearfield County crew.
Yeah, we've been talking quite a bit these past 2 weeks. It's great to have you with us to share how you are pivoting your company amid these uncharted times. Just to get started, Kenn, can you tell us a little bit about your winery?
Sure. We were established October of 2005 in Curwensville, Pennsylvania. We manufacture, we're a manufacturer of wine, over 30 different types of wines. We have about 5 outlet store locations that folks can purchase our product through. We have a new product we just brought out, a fermented fruit product that is in cans that gives us into a different market prior to the COVID going on. We were according to the governor, an essential business, which means that we could stay open. We did have some challenges with employees and such to do that, but we were open. But like most wineries, our winery started with a passion. My dad started making wine with his dad in the 50s. Was in the Air Force and was stationed in Germany, and saw how they made wine over in Germany. Came back to the United States here, and when he was done with his tour, and him and his brother started making wine in 1967. We had the original bottles on the top shelf here at the winery. So it all started with a passion. Our main business was a financial service business, and when my parents had purchased 14 acres from a client of ours in the mid-90s, early 90s, I guess it was. At that time, we planted 12 vines to see if they would grow here in Curwensville. Now we have over 3,000. We were ranked about a couple years back the 23rd largest producer of wine in the state of Pennsylvania. There's over 300 of us, and that's all produced right here in Curwensville. And we have, again, the new product that we just brought out, which is the Bumbershoot in cans.
There it is.
So that product is it's a fermented fruit product, be able to be sold at beer distributors. So it's a brand new market for us. So always promoting the county and where we're at, and we've been doing that since 2005.
Very cool. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for sharing your new product too, because I'd like to try that out. It looks like it would be quite tasty.
The girls tried a little bit when they were over here last
Yeah, I know they did. Yeah, they've been liking going on those that little tour themselves. Yeah, maybe too much. Just to continue, why did you decide to start a business in the PA Wilds area?
Well, early on, I mean, I can remember, 2000, maybe it was 2006, because we got licensed October of 2005, which is, towards the end of the year. So 2000, it might have been 6 or I don't know, somewhere around there. We had gotten a call from the PA Wilds group way back when about joining the Wilds. And I'm like, what the heck is this thing going on? This is, a few years back. And we said, yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to promote us, we'll promote you. And so we jumped on early on. But the PA Wilds, in my opinion, is pretty pivotal in tourism in Pennsylvania. As a winery, we are a tourism entity. In Pennsylvania, over 1 million people visit PA wineries. So we have attracted, and one of the reasons why we did open up is to bring people from the outside area to come to our area, which is Clearfield County and Curwensville. And through the many years, we've had people from all over the world that visit the winery that normally would never have a footprint in Curwensville, Pennsylvania. That being said, we've brought film crews in from Hollywood. We've had TV shows filmed here at the winery, the Fireball Run, which you can see on Amazon. So, which brought more people into our area that had normally would never been here. Marcos Pontes, who's an astronaut from Brazil, was here. He would never come to Kearnsville on his own, right? So, but now when someone mentions Pennsylvania, and I know that he mentions our name, so it's bringing people from the outside area, bringing them inside the area, showing them what we have here in our area, and I think the more the better.
Yeah, I was saying that I want to just say thank you for being a tourism attraction in Clearfield County. I always love to bring people over there from out of the area, special travel writers, because you're such a good host.
Yeah.
And they appreciate it, and I do as well. So again, thank you for being part of the PA Wilds and Visit Clearfield County.
Well, we like to give them a little gift, which they seem to really appreciate, which includes Visit Clearfield County and us as a winery, and they really as a keepsake for that, special just to them, and we enjoy doing that.
Yeah, it's really cool. Thank you. So how are you pivoting your operations during this crisis?
Well, just like, I guess I take that back. Unlike a lot of the businesses in PA, as a winery, we were deemed to be open, as an essential business. The impact did impact us, I would say in a positive way, a negative and positive, but we had some things that changed in our industry, which was the liquor stores not being open. Of course, people being at home, not traveling around. No one's really visiting the winery itself, although with our stores located inside of Walmart stores, the grocery business was very busy. People were still buying food and the TP and everything else that was going on. And so that part of our business did increase quite a bit. And we actually started changing our mode of sales and such prior to the COVID, hitting, with online sales that we did with partners with our Vino shipper, which we're able to ship to 38 different states. So we had that set up on our website at starrhillwinery.com. So if they wanted to ship direct to them, we were able to do that. So we didn't have to develop a system. It was already in place prior to that, what's going on. I think, moving forward, a lot of the businesses like ourselves and everyone else has to do a little bit of a change to meet the goals and meet the requirements necessary to, stay open. So we, in our stores, and when it first happened, when we were yellow, even when we were red, we were still being able to be open. So the challenge we had was, although we were able to be open, some of our employees didn't feel like they should come in to work. So a couple of our locations we closed. We did change our hours. We did have where they could purchase it over the phone. We would drop it off in our back door. We had no tastings at any of our stores. Now that we do have tastings available, we have them like at the winery. There's only 2 can taste at a time at our tasting area. So, it's a different mindset that we have, and I think that mindset is going to continue, unfortunately, for a period of time, better or worse. We're going to have to do some changes.
Yeah, sure. And that's the great thing about what you guys do there, Ken, is that you guys are always ahead of the game. You're always trying something new, and the online shopping was something a lot of people had to add to their business because of the COVID-19 guidelines in the pandemic itself. But
yeah, and I think our online business prior to that we were busy, but at that point it increased. It had to increase 125%.
Oh wow!
Because we were shipping out daily, multiple orders every single day. Every morning we would get online orders coming in. So it was different, for us, because we We had then changed our whole packing area downstairs, so we've moved things around in production, for that.
How are you staying in touch with your customers at this time?
Well, like we've always have we have a large database of customers that we've had throughout the years that we send out emails. We're on, of course, Facebook. We do Instagram. So all the socials we're on. We try not to bombard anyone at any time. So once a month we'll do a newsletter. We'll shoot it out. If there's something coming up, we'll do it. Maybe twice a month or so. We had our first outside event here prior, which was our trivia night. We held that outside with distancing, and worked out well. Everyone seemed to be happy. They're happy to get out. So that worked out nice.
Great. And I know you had a trivia night at the Clearfield Art Studio as well.
Yeah.
This past Friday.
Yeah, we were the adult beverage cast, Clearfield Art Studio in Clearfield, and they had a great setup. Worked out well. They had positioned nicely. Actually, I liked the way they had it set up. It was a little bit different than the first time that we were there. So everyone is changing, molding themselves into what needs to be done. All our small businesses, one way or the other, we have to either make the change somewhere along the line to keep things going. So that's what we're trying to do.
That's great. What operational pivots, approaches will you continue as we move into recovery?
What do we do? What do you mean?
Well, I guess like whatever you did was new during this time to kind of push you ahead or keep you going. You know what I mean? I know you mentioned you already had the online shopping and everything like that, but there's some things you may have to change during this crisis.
Yeah, like everyone else, the wiping of things down, sanitation, masks, purchasing sanitation products, which were tough to find. So, we had asked our employees if they do have something, please wear their mask, because at one time when it first broke out, you couldn't even get anything. Now it's a little bit easier. I think as we move forward, the way we're doing business will probably continue that way for some time. And the distancing, the mask wearing. I mean, I know some people think that, I'm not wearing a mask. Why do I need to wear the mask? I think it's just something that we need to do.
Okay.
I mean, some people get mad. Well, I'm not wearing that mask out there. Why should I wear the mask? Why not? We have a sign. Your option is you don't have to wear the mask, but you don't necessarily have to come into our public place if you don't have one on.
Right.
So some don't really make a difference. They say, yeah, I don't care, just come in. We're just, we're requiring folks to come in, make sure they wear the mask. Protection for our employees and themselves, really.
Sure. So are there any programs, resources, or organizations out there that you found helpful during this time and you encourage other small business owners to check out?
Well, we're in constant, we get constant emails from not only yourselves at Visit Clearfield County, the local chambers, and the Clarion University with Corey Riley, who's been very helpful. They're always sending stuff out. Also, the Pennsylvania Wine Association, which we're members of, a large organization in Pennsylvania. They have been very helpful, especially in the early, whenever early on in the COVID, and we were in this red, this yellow, some were in green, Some, people really didn't know what the heck that meant. And not only the individuals, but enforcement didn't really know. And I'll give a perfect example for us. Early on, one of our locations in Johnstown, which is Cambria County, a Saturday morning, I'm at the house, I get this call came through my home phone, and we still have the landline, Most don't have a landline. So this call comes through and it says Cambria Police. I thought, in the world, it's trying to sell me something. I'm not picking that phone up. And so I let it ring. Sure enough, it called back again. I thought, geez, what the heck are they selling? So the third time I pick it up, and here it's the Cambria Police Department. And they said they were at our store inside Johnstown, and they said that we had to close down. And I said, because we weren't on the list of essential businesses that were deemed to be open. Well, per the governor, now I think they were in red maybe at that time or something. I think that's what it was. And they were checking, doing what they should be doing, checking to make sure that, everyone's compliant and what's going on, which I appreciate them doing that. But after talking to the officer, I tried to say that, listen, I know we're not on that list because we're already supposed to be open.
Right.
It was towards the end of the day, and I said, okay, we'll close down. And so we did. And and I was just on the phone with Senator Langenholtz's office talking about the same situation the night before. And I had called their office just to tell them what was going on. And I had to get, for myself, kind of figuring out, well, are we supposed to be open or are we supposed to be closed? And sure enough, we were supposed to be open. But I reached out to PWA and they confirmed that. And of course, we were back open again and we didn't have any issues. But a lot of law enforcement on a local level, and the Pennsylvania State Police actually regulates the wineries. So that was a local level trying to do their job, doing the best they can, but which was all right with us. I mean,
Sure.
We didn't have an issue, but
good story.
yeah. So it didn't. Yeah. So we had stayed open. We hadn't had any issues with anyone other than that little issue.
Okay. That's not too bad.
No.
Yeah. Did you have any silver linings in this awful situation?
I think, for us in the alcohol business and the way the state system was set up, our silver lining is we actually got probably, because we're in multiple convenience stores, Snappy stores, Nittany Mints, Martin Generals, Giant Eagles, variety of different areas. We were able to reach a different market that we wouldn't have been able to reach before. So it was, and because of some of the advantages through the state and the U.S. with payroll and such, that helped us on our end, even because we were able to use that for, as anyone else in small business used it for. So. So I think probably new customers helped us in this. We're probably a little bit different than some of the other businesses that had to close down. But we were, it was tough for us, not as tough as most small businesses. But we were thankful for our customer base and the Wilds and folks like yourself and trying to get the information direct to the small business and tourism entities to make sure they knew what they needed to do.
All right, Ken. Well, thanks again for your time. Appreciate you coming on here for the interview.
Well, thank you. It's always a pleasure. Stop by anytime. You need to come by and see our canning system that we have. We have an in-house canning system. So that was, we purchased it through, if anyone's familiar, Jack's Hard Cider. So we purchased their canning line. We have that right in line, so we're doing tours and such here at the winery.
Awesome. I'll be sure to stop in and check it out. Thanks again.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot.
And for those
Thank
watching, see you later. For those watching this interview and other resources for small businesses in the PA Wilds can be found at wildscopa.org. That's where you can apply and share your story as well, just like Kenn Starr did here for Starr Hill Winery. Again, thank you, and signing off.